Across the state, flags were lowered to half-staff in remembrance of Chadwick Boseman. The Anderson native passed away at his Los Angeles home Friday after a long battle with colon cancer. Today, the flags flying at half-staff is a reminder of the impact he left behind.
It's an inspiration for communities that we could come together and inspire each other to do great things, no matter where we came from and who we are.
The final tweet on Chadwick Boseman's account announcing his sudden passing now becoming the most liked post in the history of Twitter with over 7 million likes. The official account for Twitter posted the announcement on Saturday, calling it a, quote, tribute fit for a king with the hashtag Wakanda Forever. And tonight, no matter how big or small, hearts all across the world are remembering Chadwick Boseman. This picture was sent to us from Sadad Berry of her son with all of his superhero figures and the Black Panther, his favorite, right there in the middle. And back here in the place Chadwick called home, many knew him as just Chad, especially in the halls of TL Hanna High School. Well, tonight, his former assistant principal sitting down with us saying many in Anderson adored seeing him play his roles on the big screen because they knew his true character of being a humble and old soul.
He's just one of those you always knew he was going to be big one day. You just didn't know what it would be.
Walking up and down the halls of TL Hanna High School, Sheila Hilton knew her student Chadwick Boseman would be big, but she and the Anderson community never anticipated that he would become the Black Panther.
Of course, it reminds you as an educator and as a person that there's greatness in everybody.
She remembers Chad playing basketball all 4 years, cross country, all while simultaneously teaching drama and debate.
He always sort of knew where his talents were and pursued that.
But one thing he never had to work at, his humble soul, and she's grateful the rest of the world got to share it too, before he passed away suddenly, battling colon cancer quietly for 4 years.
But after it settled down a little bit, I said, is that not just like him? He would be humble enough not to draw attention to himself during an illness. He kept right on doing what he was doing while he could. I mean, during his surgeries and chemotherapy, he was still working. When
the Black Panther hit the big screen, she says this is the man who bought out movie theaters so his hometown could watch.
I guess the best thing that could be said about somebody is that the world was better because they lived in it, and I can truly say that about him.
Sheila points out the parallels between the roles he took on and the South Carolina boy that made it big.
They were African-American heroes. And I think children today need to see that. When you look at Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall, Black Panther himself, they were all heroes. The end of his life, what more appropriate way to honor him than to say he's one too.
And following the death of Chadwick Boseman, a petition was started by DeAndre Weaver. The goal is to replace a Confederate monument in Anderson with Chadwick Boseman Memorial. The petition has more than 3,300 signatures of its goal of 5,000. And we will have continuing coverage of the passing of Chadwick Boseman right here on Fox Carolina as the week goes on, as well as inside of our Fox Carolina News app.